If you're curious about what it's like to live in vibrant Miami, Florida, then this video is for you. Today, I'm going to talk to you about some pros and cons about living in Miami, Florida, and I'm going to get started now. Hey there, my name's Jamey Prezzi. I'm a real estate agent in Miami-Dade and Broward counties, and today I'm going to give you a glimpse about what it's like to live in Miami, Florida. Now, Miami is a great place to live, but it does have some pros and cons. If this is your first time to our channel and you want to know everything about Miami, Florida, be sure to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications because we do put out new videos every week. We get calls and emails every single day from people just like you looking to make their move to Miami, Florida. And whether you're looking to make this move in the next week or the next 90 days, we would absolutely love to help you. So shoot us a quick text or email, send us a little bit of information about what you're looking to do, and we will help you make a very smooth move to Miami, Florida. If you are looking for a city with a lot of fun and sun and a lot of activities to do outside, some nightlife activities, beautiful restaurants, beautiful parks and recreation, then you have found Miami, Florida, and it can be your next home. And I hate to sound like a commercial, but it's really true. Miami, Florida is a beautiful place to live. One of the best things about moving to Miami, Florida is the options and real estate opportunities. There are many different types of properties that you can buy in our area, from the small walk-up condominiums to the super luxury mansions. There is something for everyone in this city. We have many different price points, and Miami-Dade overall, and also Broward, everything's kind of grouped together, but let's just talk about Miami-Dade, for example. It is a huge area. I mean, it can literally take you hours to get from one part of the county to the other part of the county. And we have a huge north and south landmass area in which you can travel to look for real estate. And we also have from the east to the west to the Everglades, beautiful opportunities in terms of single family homes and condominium opportunities. There are a lot of different neighborhoods around Miami-Dade, and there's just a lot of different real estate. The con about that is the price point. A lot of people do find our real estate to be a little bit more on the expensive side in comparison to some other places in the United States. However, for other comparable large urban cities, you will find that Miami-Dade is very competitive in pricing. So we do have a lot of opportunities just depending on your outlook and your perception about the cost of real estate. Another great thing about Miami, but also has some cons, is the weather. Now, it's important to know that yes, we live in the tropics and we do have a hurricane season. And hurricane season runs from June through November. And a lot of times people will say to me, oh, okay, the summer's over, now hurricane season is done. But the reality is some of the most powerful storms that we have seen and experienced have actually been in the fall, in October, maybe September, October-ish. So that's just something to keep in mind. So that's definitely a con about living here, but we live in paradise, and when you live in paradise, sometimes you have bad weather. So just always keep that in mind. Another thing that a lot of newcomers kind of sometimes say that they don't like about the weather in Miami is that it is hot a lot throughout the year, and we have a very high humidity level. Again, it really depends on your perception. Personally, me, and I know actually my husband too and my little boy, we have a very hard time now since we've lived here for so long going to cold climates because it's just very hard on our lungs and our body because we're used to this really hot weather and really hot temperature and humidity throughout the year. So again, it's just perception, but those are some pros and cons. Beautiful weather and hot throughout the year, but maybe that's not for everybody. Another thing that has some pros and cons is the traffic. So depending on where you live and where you have to travel to every single day, traffic can be what I like to call a big booger every day, depending on where you live, because the traffic in Miami-Dade can be very tedious and some areas are worse than others. If you live in Brickell and you actually work in Brickell and you can make most of your activities around Brickell, you can have actually a very pedestrian friendly and accessible lifestyle in the Brickell area. Same Same thing for Miami Beach. If you live in specifically South Beach, 23rd Street to 1st Street, you can really get around without a car, as long as you don't need to travel to other parts of the city. And actually, some of my friends don't even have cars, and they have just chosen to get rid of the car, and they use car services for whenever they need to maybe go to the airport or go somewhere else throughout the city. Or sometimes they call me. I'm just kidding. But they do. No, I'm joking. But you can really get around in some parts of the city without a car, and a lot of people really like that because that gives them opportunities to not have that expense, and you know, they can use that for maybe something else, whatever. Anyways, so that can be a pro and a con. A pro, not having to have a car. A con, we have crappy traffic sometimes. Well, the reality is every day we live in a city, there's traffic. Another pro and con about living in Miami is the cost. Depending on your perception of expense and cost of living, for some people, Miami can be very expensive. And our cost of living has only gone up in our area since COVID because we've had a lot of people move to Miami-Dade. Inventory was really low. It pushed prices up, and a lot of people have moved here. Traffic and the cost of living have definitely gone up. So just something to keep in mind. However, on the pro side of that, again, some other large international cities say that our cost of living is very good here in comparison to where they have moved from. So just something to keep in mind. A lot of people really like Miami because they find it affordable compared to other large international cities around the world. One other bonus tip that I would really like to encourage you to do is, if you are thinking about moving to Miami, be sure to find a trusted realtor to help you with that move, whether it's us or someone else. A lot of the real estate transactions here, even the rentals, are handled by real estate agents, and very often buyers will get their buyer agent to help them purchase. So that's a conversation, that's a different topic, but it's just a little bonus tip that if you are looking to move here and you're not super familiar with the area and you don't really know anyone here, find someone that you think you can build some trust with and have some conversations with them so that they can guide you and help you to have a good experience in the transition. I end up meeting up with a lot of people after their first year here, and some of them are not very happy because they made bad decisions about where to live within the city, and if they had probably just spoken with a realtor and got a little bit of guidance, they would have probably made a little bit better decision based on their lifestyle, where they're working, and their daily activities. These little tips, by working with an experienced realtor, can help guide you into having a successful transaction, and then after you get settled in, a successful daily life. If you have any more questions about buying or selling real estate in Miami-Dade or Broward counties, we're always here to be a resource for you. Feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, or email me, and maybe you'll find one of these videos that you'll think will be helpful. That's it for today, and we will see you soon.